Every puzzle has an answer.
Hello all! It is Tuesday, and we all know what that means from now on. It is puzzle day. Like Freya said, it's puzzle time. We are playing Professor Layton and the SPECTRE'S Call. Here's my face. Here's the game. There's no game audio yet. I haven't switched it over. Margaritas forever. If you're still lurking now, thank you for popping in. And as George said, we appreciate you stopping by. And of course, since you haven't played the game and you don't want spoilers, it's understandable for not staying. Because I've been avoiding people playing this game as well. As much as I love watching streamers play Layton games, I've been avoiding any game I've really not played casually. So, without further whatever maneuvering. That is loud. This is a new one. It's in the sequence of games. I'm going to explain this twice because I'm going to explain it in two different ways. So listen up. This was technically the fourth game to come out, as far as I'm aware. But in the actual time frame sequence, it's the very first game. So it's the fourth game, but in the timeline, it comes before the first three we've already played. So it goes... SPECTRE'S Call. Arzan Legacy, I think, is next. Give me a second. So, the actual timeline, it goes... Professor Layton and the Last Spectre, or SPECTRE'S Call, because we're on a different region. It goes Eternal Diva, which is the film. Then it goes Miracle Mask, which we'll be playing after this one. Then there's the Azran Legacy, which we'll be playing, obviously, after Miracle Mask. And then it would cut into Curious Village, Pandora's Box, and last Unwon Future, or Lost Future. The cross between Phoenix and Layton fits in somewhere, but we're going to play that last. So yeah. Interesting. It is. Anyway, how are you, George? How are you, Freya? Margarita, this is your final warning. If you want to avoid spoilers, escape now, because I'm about to press start. Not that one. We're starting a new game, guys. I know it's very dark in my room, I just can't be bothered to turn the lights on. You know me. Lazy. We're gonna go boob crab. Listen up, peeps. Doing well, new phone came in today, so still trying to get used to it. Ooh, what did you go with?
Long ago, in a lawless age, a pack of bandits invaded a small village. Amidst the chaos, a terrified young farm girl played her flute to drown out the madness. As the music spiraled high into the sky, a giant spectre appeared above her. She begged the spectre to destroy the bandits, and it swiftly obeyed. The town was saved, and the spectre vanished just as quickly as it had appeared. But the farm girl knew that in times of danger, she needed only to play the flute, and the spectre would appear again.
That's what I do when I'm in trouble, I just play the flute.
Wouldn't you say? Aye, master. I think the time has come for us to pen the next chapter. Of course, master.
Well, what do you think, Luke? Do you see anything yet?
No, nothing.
Look at the
I'm still
baby
having
Luke.
a tough time buying all of this. It sounds like some scary bedtime story. Is this even possible?
Well, we'll soon find out.
And a poor little boy who predicts where the giant spectre will appear. So what now? I mean, what if this thing never even shows up?
What on earth could that be?
It sounds like...
Someone's in
It sounds
trouble.
like music.
It must be the flute.
Yeah, I think they've tried to make Luke sound really young, so it does sound like he's got a bit of a cold.
Quickly, to the window.
To the window! To the wall!
What is that thing?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Can this be?
Spectre. Finally seeing this dark giant made me even more determined to help the professor keep his word. Together, we would shine the light of truth upon this ghastly shadow.
I'm not ignoring chat, I just want like the cutscenes to finish before I get round to it. It's a Galaxy Note 9, I think. You found someone selling it cheap, so you got it lucky. Nice. The lady in this is Emmy, which was the original assistant to Professor Layton before Luke took over. So she's technically the assistant at the moment.
Oh?
Top of the morning.
Why, thank you very much.
Oh, this is
Professor?
also...
Oh, Professor. Professor, a letter just came for you. Oh.
Thank you, Rosa. Ugh.
Rosa.
Sounds like someone was up researching all night. Again. It's no wonder the other professors are so intimidated by you.
Oh, they just think that I'm some young upstart.
You work too hard, Professor. It's no good. By the way, Dean Delmona came by and said he needed to speak to you. And that he was
What
dropping
is this?
by today. I don't know why he had to tell you that. He could have
Regards,
just come by
Clark.
later if you asked me.
After all these years? Rosa, I'm going out.
Hey?
Oh. Thank you, Rosa.
I hope he remembers to eat something.
He's still got his Layton mobile. I think this is the longest intro I've seen in these games. Man, Twitch be struggling. No!
See here.
Can't
What was
be-
that about?
Can't be struggling on a day like today.
Nice to see you again, Professor Layton.
And you are?
Why did she leave her scooter?
Why didn't Dean Delmona tell you?
I had not played this one before, so this is fully blind. This is also the very last DS game of Professor Layton, so after this it all goes to 3DS, so it's going to have a very different feel and look to it. But yeah, I hope you get Twitch sorted for it. Send them an angry email if you have to.
Tell me what?
I'm Emmy Altava, your new assistant. Call me Emmy.
I'm sorry, you're my...
Assistant? You do know what an assistant is, don't you?
Of course. I'm sorry, Miss Altava, but
Professor, please, Emmy, and stop apologizing so much.
all right, Emmy. So sorry. But it seems that there has been some sort of mistake here.
Oh, I don't think so, Professor. Dean Delmona hired me himself. It seems that you have been too busy to attend your departmental meetings lately. Is that right?
Well, I suppose there might be some truth to that. However,
Sounds to me like if anyone needs an assistant, it's you. So, from now on, I'll be the backup on all your projects. Got it?
Got
Great.
it.
I can't wait to get started.
My camera doesn't like it when I lean back.
Surprised the
It goes really
professor
dark.
didn't remember me. It had been some time since our first meeting, after all. And clearly he had a lot on his mind. Which is exactly why he needed an assistant like me. It was my first day on
Oh,
the
the scooter's
job,
on top.
and I was ready for anything. So I thought. We still had yet to meet the young boy who would help us unravel the strangest mystery I could have ever imagined.
So, I'm assuming the young boy, because we've seen the video at the start, it
So
would
what
be Luke.
perplexing mystery are we hot on the trail of now?
And I think that's how he became the assistant.
why would you ask that?
Well, you're off
Look
to
how
somewhere in
happy
quite
he
a
is.
hurry. Something must
Look
have
at
piqued
his
your
face.
interest.
Look at him.
That intuition will serve you well.
Here we go.
What's this? A letter?
It always starts
Very
with a
good.
letter.
I received it about an hour ago. Go ahead, read it aloud.
Herschel, my dear old friend, I must earnestly seek your help again.
Yeah, I think this is how they introduce Luke actually into the game, into like the series. So I think he'll probably be introduced quite early on, I guess.
Our little town is in the most extraordinary predicament. At night, a mysterious giant shrouded in fog has been laying waste to our homes. I am convinced you can help stop this madness. Please, come soon. Regards, Clark.
Regards, Clark.
A giant? Her? That's... How well do you know this person?
How well do we know it?
Clark and I go back a long way. I can't imagine he would fabricate stories for no reason.
Yeah, Layton definitely wouldn't be the same without Luke.
I find the other message in the letter very interesting as well.
But it's strange, from the last game we played, we saw Luke leave Layton. So now we're at the very start. We finished with the last game, we finished with the separation of the two.
Other message?
Guys, it's starting. Herschel, my dear old friend. I already know the answer. Alright, but yeah. Herschel, my dear old friend, I must earnestly seek your help again. Our little town is the most extraordinary predicament. At night, a mysterious giant shrouded in fog has been laying waste to our homes. I am convinced you can help stop this madness. Please come soon. Regards, Clark. Now, the way I spotted this was, normally when people put messages in this, it's always down like the left or the right hand side if it lines up, and it says help SOS. Help SOS.
I think I've got this one.
Ah, so we're gonna have to learn
That puzzle
what
was no
her
problem.
agreeing and disagreeing of like the puzzle works out. What I meant by that is whether we get the puzzle right or wrong, and how she looks. There's a secret message spelled out using the first letter of each line. Very good, Emmy. You just may turn out to be quite valuable as an assistant after all. Oh, thank you, Professor. That means a lot coming from you. But help SOS? Why would the sender hide this message? Well, that letter was sent by Clark Tritton, a very dear friend of mine, Perhaps he added the hidden message to catch my attention. Huh. Still, it's not quite what I'd expect from him. Oh, this does sound mysterious. I can't believe it. My first day on the job and already is a Layton-esque. Layton? I guess that's Layton-esque. This is great. Layton-esque? Is that... What does that mean? Had you already heard of me before today? Heard of you? But of course I have. I know everything there is to know about you, Professor. Herschel Layton, youngest man to be awarded the Gressenheller University Professorship at the age of 27, published in numerous academic journals. I could recite them in chronologically. I'm going to have so much difficulty talking today, I know it, if you like. Astute intellect. Not creepy at all. It is and it isn't. The way I say it is she did research on someone she's going to become an assistant to. So you need to know who you're an assistant to. And normally if they're high up in academia, they're normally well sort of out there to that community. So yes and no to the creepy part, I guess. Astute intellect and preternatural observational skills have proved invaluable for Scotland Yard. Yeah, her phrasing was a bit rough, shall we say. Assisted in solving some of the London's most notoriously difficult cases. Unmarried, 34 years old, Capricorn. See, this is what you don't really divulge that you found out. I made up the last part, just to guess. Well, I see you've done your homework. Tell me, Emmy, why do you think Dean Delmona selected you to be my assistant? I told him that I wanted to work with you, and that I wasn't going to take no for an answer. Really? And may I ask why you were so intent on working with me? Just as I supposed. He doesn't remember. What was that, Emmy? What was that? Oh, nothing, Professor. I'll tell you at some point. Now, where are we going? I love the fact the scooter's just taped to the top of the car. Emmy, while you are my assistant, I must ask you to respect my most important role. As a gentleman, I cannot allow you to accompany me into any dangerous situation. Of course, Professor, as long as we keep in mind that there are exceptions to every rule. Some ladies, you know, are thrilled by the prospect of danger. Yes, well... In answer to your question, we are heading to the town of Mist Hallory, where my dear friend Clark resides. Mist Hallory? Mist Hallory? Why does that name sound so familiar? Stalker alert! Red flag! Ah! Yeah, that's big red flags, but I think there's a bit of a difference between stalker and assistant, or stalker and assisting stalker. We shall see how creepy it gets. Well, about 6 months ago, evidence of what appears to be an ancient culture was unearthed there. You've probably read about it in the paper. Yes, that was it. As I recall, someone theorized that Mist Hallory might even be the site of the fabled Golden Garden. Yeah, she should really come clean of how she knows him, but I'm sure we'll find out later. And now, a close friend of yours who lives at Miss Hallory has sent you an urgent plea for help. A great archaeological find linked to a mysterious letter with an air of danger about it. I couldn't possibly imagine a situation being more Layton-esque. Emmy, could you refrain from... never mind. Alright, we've already got 2 mysteries. The letter from Clark as mystery number 1, and the Golden Garden as mystery number 2. So. Chapter 1. The Fog of Mist Hallory. I don't know how many puzzles are actually in this game. This has got a very much of a Curious Village vibe straight off the bat for me. Where there's a town and then there's just a tower lingering in the back. So this is Mist Hallory then. It feels a little eerie? Freya! 1. Thank you for the 50 hot bitties. 2. Good try. Good try. 3. I just realised that the alert goes over the top of the camera. So you couldn't tell that I wasn't scared. I'm just going to move that now. It will go over the top of the chat from now on. But yeah, good try. Thank you for the bits, but no scaring me today. Or, well, scaring me that time, because I'm not going to jinx myself today. He was protected! Protected. It was all part of my plan. We all know he was scared. Can't prove it. Can't prove it. Mist Hallory is known for its thick fog. It's said that when the town is surrounded in mist, it's like something out of a fairy tale. It's not like any fairy tale I've ever read. The river is pretty impressive. Yes, it appears that several canals flow through the town into the river here. Well, at least there's no danger of a drought here. Whilst that's on the top of the hill. You gotta save the last of your bits to scare George later. It's much better when George gets scared, so I fully support this. It looks like some sort of manor? Do you think maybe your friend Mr. Triton lives? Perhaps. It seems a bit forbidding for Clark's taste, but one never knows. It's quite a curious shape, isn't it? Oh look, someone's coming. Maybe we can ask him about the house. Aldous. Aldous? I don't know. We're gonna go Aldous. Why, hello, my friends. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Mist Hallory. I'm Aldous. Charmed? Nice hat. I would like to show you a little something that the locals like to keep a secret. Aldous Bumblebore. That will be his name. For legal reasons, yes. Please touch that wooden box with your stylus. But touch it like you mean it. That's a bit weird. Not just once, and not just twice. Ah! Yes, beautiful. She shines like the sun. That, my friends, that is a hint coin. Touch it like you mean it. Meant it. Mean it. Yeah, it's really... Whoa there, Aldous Bumblebore. You need to chill. We've only just arrived. When you encounter a puzzle that you cannot solve, try using one of these little lovelies. But spend them wisely, for they are in limited supply. If you squander them recklessly, they will not be there to dry your tears. Hint coins are hidden in many, many places. So if you see anything suspicious, be bold and touch away. See, I do not think you should be bold and touch away, guys. Alright, that is not any advice we'll be allowing here. And that information, my friends, will serve you well in Mist Hallory. Hallory. I'm still confused of how I meant to pronounce that, but we're going with Hallory. Remember to touch anything that catches your eye. Again, I do not fully support this statement in real life. Next he'll be trying to show you his Chamber of Secrets. Wow, I haven't heard that one before for a long time. Yes, and yes, Aldous is skipping a couple of bases, and he's off. What an interesting fellow. We didn't even get a chance to ask about your friend. Any idea where Mr. Tritton might live, Professor? No, unfortunately. There was no return address on the letter. Well, I'm sure someone in town knows him. Let's ask around. Good idea. Alright, I know how to move. It's all the same, mostly. Right you are. Touch the shoe, pick a direction, touch the arrow. Got it. Very good. Why don't you go ahead and give it a try? Wonders if I'm not done clicking. He was a good character. Thing is, he'll still be in it. He'll just pop around in the town, I guess. He'll be remembered. Oh, before I forget, Professor, I think we ought to make notes during our investigation. Yes, we'll be skipping this because it's the same in every game. We don't need to... We can figure it out as we go along. I don't read the Layton journal because we're experiencing it together. Oh, we can rewatch, we can watch... I'm not sure if this is watching the same cutscenes we had. Oh. But we're going to watch them as we get them. Professor, rise and shine. Huh? Rosa? Is it morning already? That it is, Professor. And a beautiful morning at that. You know, you ought to go home and sleep in a bed from time to time. But I'm right in the middle of examining those those curious little stones with the intrigue. Yes, I know that. Who do you think tidied up your office last night? Now look at the state of it. I could just as easily have left it as it is, and it wouldn't have made one blind bit of difference. Really? Now? Would a true gentleman leave papers scattered everywhere amid piles of open books? I'm still in the middle of reading them, Rosa. I'll put them away when I've finished, of course. You always say that, Professor, but I've never once seen them find their way back to the shelves. Hello, Herschel, my boy. Am I disturbing you? Dean Delmona. Can I help you with anything? Why, yes, indeed you can. I have this puzzle, you see, which I can't seem to solve. My little granddaughter gave it to me as a challenge. Dean Delmona, delegating your grandchildren's riddles again? Oh? Well, I suppose I am. But I simply cannot deny that darling child anything. I know we were in the middle of a discussion, but perhaps we could hear Dean Delmona's puzzle. You are a sly dog, Professor, but mark my words. Next book I find lying around is going in the bin. Well, Herschel, isn't this an article about that extraordinary Golden Garden legend? I've been meaning to ask you about that. I've heard that the story is quite fascinating. Do give me your thoughts on it sometime, won't you, my boy? Well, as a matter of fact, I've been meaning to tell you. I can't understand a word of it. When they get like this, there's no shutting them up. So is there a puzzle or not? I guess not. Alright, we're going to talk to everyone, because everyone will have a puzzle. Yeah, exactly, what's this puzzle? Unless it's the puzzle we got from him in The Lost Future. But still, you can't mention a puzzle to us and then not give us the puzzle. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, guys. Never seen you here before. Perhaps? Did you come to see the sights? How did you get into town? Gramps? The professor doesn't look that old. My age aside, we're looking for the Triton residence. Would you happen to know where it is? Why should I tell you? I'm not saying a word unless you can solve my puzzle. It's puzzling time. These 4 photos were all taken in the same place. 3 of the pictures were shot by a group of tourists taking turns on a single camera. The 4th photo was taken on another day by an unrelated person. Select the 3 photos that were taken by the tourists. There's got to be... Alright, I think I know. I think I know what I would go with. But I'm going to give the chat some time to have a look at it. Think about it. Alright, so, my thoughts to this, chat. My first thought was maybe the birds could do something, but my theory is... Oh, they've got different sizes of pens. Beautiful. Is the fact that there's this... I'm guessing it's meant to be like a dog in the shot. Yeah, Twitch be struggling all the time. There's nothing new there. So I hope everyone can get through it and stay happy. You're buffering a ton here, but it's fine in another stream. I don't know what to say. I don't know, because this is not a very intense game to be running. But there you go. There's a dog in all 3 of these photos, so maybe those 3.
Some puzzles must be met directly. A little more thought is in order.
Did I select the right 3 from my theory? Dog, dog, dog. Yes, he's definitely going to point at you. Now, chat, the chatters, that is you. The way I like to play these games casually is I will have the first attempt with like minimal or no help from chat. And then after that attempt, if I can't figure it out straight away from my mistake, you guys can pitch in. So if you've got theories, ideas, even if maybe the right answer, then you, yes you, can post in chat what your thoughts are. So I don't think it's the birds. They're not the dog that's linking them all together. I feel this one's posing, this one's posing. This one might be posing and they won't realise. Yeah, how you doing, Shadow, by the way? Welcome. Oh. Oh. You think it's A, B, D. So you think this person was just taken by a random, like, unrelated person? Because they seem to be posing. Oh, yes. That is clever. You're right, their shadows match, so they're taken at the same time. Whereas this one, the sun's at a different angle.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
You did it, Freya.
I love the thrill of a good solution.
We love the thrill of a good solution. Just remember, every puzzle has an answer. George said Shadow's name, and I was like, wait a sec. Oh, so George gave you basically the answer without realizing it. Shadow is the answer. That's amazing. How did you do that so quickly? I promised not to tell. Well, it's no secret. It is the culmination of many years' experience. Now, you were going to tell us where to find the Tritons after we solved your puzzle. Yeah, okay. Mr. Triton's house is straight across the rope bridge and then left at the crossroads. My house is up in the north. I don't know. But they made me and my mum evacuate. It's really annoying. Why would you have the need to evacuate? The Oracle said we wouldn't be safe there and had to leave at once. Oracle? Who's that? I don't know. But my mum said if it weren't for the Oracle, a lot of people would have been in trouble. Intriguing. Any ideas, Professor? It's still too early to say, but perhaps it has something to do with the giant in that letter. So, yeah, George gets half the credit for accidentally coming across the answer. Good aim. Huh? Where am I? What time is it? Oh, no, I'm late. If the chief finds out I was snoozing again, I'm scuppered. Wait, how long have you two been there? A moment or two, no longer. Did I say something? Sorry, did I say anything while I was napping? No, don't answer that. I trust you'll keep this whole affair to yourself. Miss Hattery is closed to visitors. Usually, I'll tell you to clear off. But if you promise not to say anything about this to the chief, I might be able to let you through. Rest assured, our lips are sealed, officer. You don't have to worry about us. Ah, phew. Thank you, sir. What a gentleman. Now then, I'm off to the entrance bridge, sworn to protect, and all that guff. I was the answer, and therefore I take the credit but only for this answer. Okay. Guys, Professor, there are two bridges here, but one of them is roped off, and it seems that the other bridge will take us quite out of our way. The ropes are all tied in these ridiculous knots. I wouldn't even know where to start untying them. How about we slice through them all and make our way over the bridge? Well, I suppose one could go to the trouble of cutting them all, or what, Professor? Undoing the rope isn't as arduous a task as it first appears. Have a closer look at it. In order to clear all the ropes, one would only need to cut it in one place. The whole thing can be undone with one cut. Really? That's right. Have another look and tell me where you think we should cut it. Alright, let's see what we have here. Puzzle number 3, I guess. The rope bridge has been blocked off. Luckily, with just one cut, you can unravel the barrier. Where should you cut? Choose one of the 5 places marked. So I'm not going to go with this one because it's only linking. This section would only like fall back a little. The same with this one; it would still be attached up here. This one attaches here, so it'd still be attached here. This one goes straight down up. I think it's this one, because if you follow this rope, it literally goes around like the whole middle section. So I would assume it's this one. If you disagree in chat, deal with it. That's a different style. Puzzle solved. Correct. Cutting that one spot will unravel the barrier entirely. Ah, I think I'm starting to get the hang of being your assistant. You're doing a wonderful job thus far, Emmy. Why do you think... Let's start this sentence again. Who do you think is responsible for this? Wow, there's no sign of the bridge being closed. I suspect it's the work of some local mischief maker. Right. If the bridge were completely unstable, it wouldn't just be roped off, would it? It does seem that this bridge may have left its best years behind it. I think we would need it worry, however. Why do you think? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, come back to me with an answer, George. I wish I shared your confidence, Professor. I can't believe people still use this. Do you have a fear of bridges? No, just this one. But you can't even drive over this bridge. How did the townspeople get around? There must be another route into the town for vehicles. Of course. Well, I can move your car for you later, Professor. I'd hate for anything to happen to it. No need, Emmy. I'm sure you'll be fine. Let's go ahead and make our way across. I do apologise to Emmy, who is your cousin's niece, or your roommate's niece, for being really confused every time I say the name, but I also find it a little bit funny. So I might just be saying that name a little bit louder from now on. People outside London use cars in this universe? What? I know, it's outrageous. How you doing, Friday? How you doing today? I see you're back for some more Layton. Wait, Professor. I think I saw something move. There's an angry little 3-year-old is just running around like, who's talking to me? See, this is just making me want to say Emmy even more, but I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Oh dear, Professor. What's happened here? This house has been completely destroyed. Huh. And the road seems rather torn up as well. Is this the destruction that Mr. Tritton described in his letter? We mustn't overlook anything. I wonder if we're going to get a camera minigame. Oh, you brought your camera? Of course, gathering data in as many ways as possible can help with an investigation. Still, this is quite a scene. I really hope no one was hurt. If this is indeed the work of some sort of giant, it seems that Miss Hallory may be in real danger. Well, there's no point hanging about just speculating. Let's find your friend Mr. Tritton first. What do you think of this, Emmy? You mean that graffiti? What about it? Do you think it means something? Don't touch the witch's mark. Not unless you want to end up like me. Yikes, don't surprise me like that. Oh, I surprise myself sometimes. Oh man, I complained about the state of this dump before, but would you look at it now? I'm sorry. Was this your house, sir? You're sorry? Imagine how I feel. Yeah, it was me house. The operative word being was. The witch's mark appeared, and then the windies went smash. The walls went boom, and the roof went help. Bye, house. Actually, you can't even call it a house anymore. Not unless you're in the market for some rubble over your head. At least now it lets in all sorts of natural light. It's really just terrible, but... Professor, I don't quite understand how this is amusing. Nor I. Perhaps we could help him if we knew a bit more about the witch's mark? Some sort of mysterious giant and a witch in all one town. This could be interesting. Does he have anything else to say? What with me door being blown out and all, I can expect a good bit of air circulation in the summer. Or in any season, actually. Ha ha ha. Alright, he is crazy. The roof said help. I know, right? That's a strange place for a wooden box. Do you think someone left it there by mistake? I can't imagine it. Oh, but speaking of boxes, I have a puzzle you might like to try. Puzzle number 3. So the puzzle on the bridge didn't count, obviously. You have been sent to collect one of the 16 stacked boxes shown below. Unfortunately, the note describing the location of the box got smudged, and you can't read all the conditions. Here's what you can make out. The colour of the box on its right is question mark. The colour of the box on its left is question mark. The colour of the box above it is question mark. It's the same colour as the one below it. So, which box could satisfy all these conditions? Well, it has to be one of these 4, because there's a left, a right, and above, as well as the one below it. So we've cut the answer down a lot. It's the same colour as the one below it, which would be this one. It's the same red, because if it's that, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. But this one is. Everyone get me? I might have just been rambling on for like 2 minutes, and you're all just like, what is he saying? And at this point, I don't even know what I'm saying. So we're just gonna...
I'll handle this one, Professor. I did it, Professor.
Emmy did it. Great work. Pun. What a pun. Emmy's too good. Yep. But not as good as Luke. Bring on Luke. Good work, Emmy. You made it look positively easy. That's because it was, Professor. Give me more of a challenge next time. Ha ha! That's the spirit. In before Luke kills Emmy for Layton's love. Yeah. We're just gonna have a look around everywhere for hint coins. Oh my, what a mess. Do you need help, madam? May we be of some assistance? Oh, if you wouldn't mind, I just need some help getting all my things back into the cart. I'm so sorry. Really, it's no trouble at all. Thank you, I'm most grateful. This is going to be a packing puzzle. I just know it. Look, we can rotate. Come on, move. And then that should perfectly fit in there.
Some puzzles must be met directly.
Look,
No
guys,
puzzle is without an answer.
like Professor Layton says, every puzzle has an answer. And we found that answer. I believe your belongings are in order. Oh, that's perfect. Now I'd better hurry up and leave the area. Is there an emergency? Haven't you heard? There's some huge, loud smashing up the town. I packed all my valuables and fled. The police told us to evacuate, so I did. And this is as far as I got. I'm just hopeless, aren't I? Of course, if the Oracle weren't around, we wouldn't know where we'd be fleeing from. We heard about this Oracle just recently. Who is it? I'm not sure myself. The police hear directly from the Oracle, then they inform the town. You two ought to be careful when you're walking around town. And thanks again for the help. You've been very kind. Professor, are the people here really superstitious enough to believe that this giant exists? Thus far, we've seen a destroyed house, and this lady rushed off her feet. Whether they believe or not, it all seems to be related to Clark's letter. We should reserve judgment until we've reached Clark's house. I expect it's just up ahead. Alright, does she have anything else? Thanks awfully much. I'll be on my way in a moment. Wait, did something just go across the screen there? What? Chat, was I... Am I seeing things, or did something run across the screen just around here? We'll also torch this policeman. The road ahead's being blocked off. You'll have to find another way around if you want up there. It appears we can't go this way. I think Clark's house is off to the left. Let's go up there for now. Hold on a second, you two. Yes, can we help you? From the looks of you, I suppose you're travellers of a riddling-like sort. I hear something special happens to your puzzles after you solve 5 in a row. Something special? What do you mean? Ah, well, that there is something you'll have to verify on your own. Now, stop bothering me. Off you go. Shoot. But you're the one who called us over. Well, Professor, what could this something special be? It's hard to say. I suppose we'll find out when we solve 5 consecutive puzzles correctly. With you and me working on them, Professor, we'll have 5 puzzles solved in no time. Haha, I imagine we will, Emmy. Now, let's find Clark's house before it gets too late. Look at this boat, Professor. People of Miss Hallory must navigate the town via canals. People must travel by boat as much as they do on foot. It's like Venice, only more quaint. I imagine that boats are used here more than automobiles. We've got to ride on one before we leave, Professor. That sounds lovely. After we've spoken to Clark, let's find ourselves a boat. Mr. Trenton's house should be just over this bridge, shall we? We're still going to talk to the lad. Hey, hey, hey! Don't think I've seen you folks around here before. You can't get by in Miss Hallory without a bit of old Bucky and his boats. No siree. My boats glide as graceful as the swan, but quicker than stampeding cattle. And that's fast. We'll keep that in mind during our investigation. Thank you. Say, you look like puzzle-faring folk. How about a quick one? River crossing. A man wants to take his dog, 2 cats and 3 chicks across the river using a raft. Unfortunately, the raft is so small that he can only take 2 animals with him at a time. To make things difficult, he can't leave the dog with just 1 cat. and the chicks must always outnumber the cats when unattended. Alright, so this puzzle was used twice in the first game, with slight variations. So the dog can't be left with one cat, and the chicks must outnumber the cats at all times. So I'm using the same style as the last, like, Curious Villagers puzzle. As you get the you get like the middle ground part across first, and then they end up coming back.
I love the thrill of a good solution.
So the cats had to go first to then start bringing the chicks across to then take the cats back. You follow me? I hope so. You got it! It should be it. Plain sailing from here on in. Remember, if you wanted to just get around town in a flash, just find old Bucky in his boat. I bet you there's a coin here. There's always one in a chimney somewhere. Alright, we'll move on. We found like 2 hidden coins out of 3. You got a mouse badge. This may come in useful at some point. So was that the mouse that I saw run across the screen earlier? Anyone? It's so green in this town, and the air is so crisp. The canals carry plenty of water through the town. That makes Mist Hallery a rich and fertile place for plant life. Look over that way. The green leaves of this town's trees and bushes seem to go on forever. From here, the town looks quite peaceful and beautiful, much less eerie. Aha! I am inclined to agree, Emmy. Trying to find hint coins. Not that we'll end up using them. If we have the amazing chat I know we have, we won't need hint coins ever. That large house up there must be where Mr. Triton lives. Wouldn't you say so, Professor? Cooey! I haven't seen either of you before. Are you here to visit the mayor? The mayor? Do you mean Clark Triton? Yes, exactly. He rules the roost these days. Do you know him? I do, but I wasn't aware that he was the mayor. There was nothing about that in the letter. So you're an acquaintance of the mayor's. Been a while since you've seen it. I suppose you wouldn't have heard about it then. Mr. Triton only became the mayor about a year ago. I'm glad, though, he hasn't let all this recent trouble ruffle his feathers. Well, here we are. This place looks huge. Yes, I can see that Clark has done quite well for himself. Let's give that door a knock. Or we'll just rummage through the letterbox first. This is Triton's letterbox. Huh, it seems to be somewhat the worse for wear. Really, Professor? It all seems fine to... Oh, you're right. The plate is broken. Not to worry, Emmy. I think I can sort this out. Puzzle 6. Letterbox plate. It looks as though the letterbox was jerked open at some point and the pieces making up the number plates fell off. Apparently the plate used to read out 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's hard to tell how the pieces fitted together. Can you arrange the pieces so the letterbox looks the way as it did before? I found an E. Which would actually be a 3, thinking about it. Can I rotate this? That'll be the 4. Let's move that across. This has got to be somewhere along here. How do they do their 4s in this game? Oh, it could be that one. Because obviously you can do a 4 2 different ways. You can do up, across, and like that, or like that. Like if you can get, if you get what I mean in it. Is this meant to be like an easy puzzle? I feel like that's a 4. That's a good 4 there. I feel the 3... This E has to go somewhere where the 3 is. Either that or this one's in the wrong place. And it's this one here. Right, there's the 4. We've got a 4 now. How would they do their 1? What am I looking for here? What am I looking for here, chat? I'm looking for a 1. We're getting there. A 1, a 2, and a 3. There.
Time to apply some creative thinking.
That was a nice puzzle. It took me a while to
A gentleman leaves
put
no
it into
puzzle
place,
undone.
but it was nice. I liked that one. It's not very good for like chat interaction, but I liked it. Just letting you guys know, I liked it. There, all better. Well done, Professor. It looks as good as new. Where'd be that lot? There you go, there's the last thing coin. Coming! Yes? May I help you? Hello, my name is Professor Layton. I'm an old friend of Mr. Tritton's. He asked me to come and pay him a visit, so here I am. I will inform Mr. Tritton. Please wait here. I don't suppose you were planning on visiting the Oracle here in the town, were you? Ah, we heard something about an Oracle earlier. Could you tell us a bit more about it? Oh, don't ask me. I'm just a poor old maid. You should talk to Doland about that. Doland, our butler. I see. Then I shall ask Doland when I get a chance. Sir, madam, Mr. Tritton will see you now in the parlour. The parlour is through the door on the left. Please wait there. Thank you, my good man. Oops. Imagine asking the butler to just take something and you just leave.
Ah, I can't believe my eyes. Herschel, how long has it been?
Ah, too long, my good friend.
And who might this be?
Oh, of course. How rude of me.
I'm the Professor's assistant, Emmy Altava. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Triton. I've heard so much about you.
Thank you. Herschel, an assistant. Well, we both seem to have moved up in the world.
Hardly. Truth be told, Emmy has already proven herself my equal.
Herschel, as humble as ever. Emmy, back in London, Layton and I both wanted to be elite archaeologists. One of us certainly succeeded, and somehow I found myself as mayor of this small, rural town.
That is no small feat, Clark.
Oh, Herschel, no need to humor me. It is amusing at best, I'll give you that. But all that aside, please, tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I came as soon as I received your letter.
Letter? I'm sorry, Herschel. What letter is that?
The letter that... Did you not send this letter?
Oh.
Please, have a look.
Plot twist already.
I certainly did not write that. But who would have forged it?
Thing is, I don't think we can beat all the plot twists and turns that Lost Future gave us, because that was just insane. So some of these might look very tame compared to that one.
Who indeed? Have you made any enemies recently?
Of course, Herschel. I'm the mayor. It appears to me that someone wanted you here in town.
Yes, that is what I am thinking now as well.
So, who wrote the secret message?
Good question, Emmy.
Mr. Triton, there was a hidden plea for help in that letter.
Clark, do you think this is simply the work of some prankster?
Please tell me Luke sent the message, sent that letter.
No, unfortunately I don't. Miss Tollery is in grave danger.
Miss Tollery. Okay.
We have indeed been under attack by some sort of mysterious giant, just as that letter states.
You were thinking the same thing. Like, it would be amazing if Luke wrote that letter. Not the fact he was forged, the fact that he put in a small puzzle within the letter and just starts off his journey as becoming Layton's assistant, probably without realizing it, by the start of a small puzzle.
It wreaks havoc at night when the fog is thick. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but it is true.
But how can that be?
I must confess I have yet to see this giant with my own eyes. However, the destruction of homes and buildings left in its wake, that is quite enough evidence for me. The townspeople are afraid. They believe that the Spectre has returned with a vengeance.
The Spectre?
The Spectre!
There's a legend here that tells of an ancient spirit, a Spectre. When the town was in danger, the Spectre would act as Miss Tollery's guardian in its moment of need. But this Spectre is different. Instead of protecting us, it is trying to destroy us. I am doing all I can, but if we are dealing with an ancient entity, then I fear my efforts are in vain. As the mayor, it is my duty to keep this town and its citizens safe. But Herschel, could you...
Sir,
What is it, Doland?
pardon me, sir, but you mentioned that Professor Layton worked on some difficult cases for Scotland Yard. You said, with great pride, that he had assisted in solving them all. Perhaps we could ask for his assistance here as well.
He was just getting round to that.
Of course, Doland.
I suppose I have no other choice. Herschel, will you help us? Please, for an old friend.
Of course, Clark. I would never refuse a friend in need. I assure you, I will do what I can.
Thank you, Herschel. I am eternally in your debt.
Things are starting to get good, eh, Professor?
Before we go, Clark, I haven't even asked about Brenda, or your son. How is Luke?
My wife is fine. She's away. Family matters. Luke has shut himself up in his room, as usual.
Luke! And how you doing, Haley? Thank you for the super hydrate. I'm doing good. How are you doing? How are you doing today?
I would like to say hello to Luke, if that is all right. I haven't seen him since he was a baby.
We get to see Luke soon, guys.
Of course. I think he might enjoy that. I should warn you, he has been withdrawn lately. Some days, I can't even get him out of his room. I ask him what the matter is, and he responds with silence. Perhaps it would be good for him to talk to someone outside of the family. I would appreciate that, Herschel.
Doing good, just got off work, so now you relax. Ooh, don't you love it when you just finish work? You could sit down, lie down, relax, and just be like, it's done. It's done for the day. But I'm good. Glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good.
My pleasure, Clark. I shall have a few words with Luke before Emmy and I begin our investigation.
Oh, you got a long weekend as well. Though to be fair, I wasn't meant to go into work today, but I did. The boy who foretold disaster. So I was in today. Yes, tomorrow's meant to be my day off, but I'm in work the whole day tomorrow as well. I'm only meant to be like working 1 day a week because I'm on flexi furlough. But now I'm starting to be brought in more and more because it's getting busier and busier. By the way, Clark, if the town is in danger, why isn't the town having a full evacuation until we know it's safe? Yeah. Yeah, Clark. Why just evacuate where the Oracle supposedly said to leave? Gosh, the mirror is so polished. I thought I saw another person with good fashion sense. The mirror reflects, but sometimes it only complicates the problem. Take this puzzle, for example. The Hall of Mirrors. It's all too easy to get lost in this big dusty hall. It contains 40 mirrors set out in some sort of strange strange arrangement. Your only clues are a small arrow on the floor and a nearby laser pointer bearing the words "The way out is indicated by a larger arrow." Which door is the exit? Boom, it goes off here. Boom, boom. Boom. I really don't know at this point. The way out is indicated by a larger arrow. So am I meant to be able to draw like an arrow? Like, technically you could make that into an arrow that goes to D. I'm not sure whether I meant to follow maybe the laser pointer. My first instinct would be that being a possible arrow. So possibly D. But I'm feeling like some of this in the text up here is trying to throw you off. So I'm going to go with D. But if you're in the chat, if I get it wrong, and you think you know the answer, don't be shy. Let me know what you think.
What do you think about this?
Oh, I did like
Being
the
wrong.
that way of showing if you're right or wrong. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm happy we got it wrong just to see that. Alright, chat. You know what you need to do. So, we've eliminated D already. Am I missing some, like, larger... I think I don't know whether I'm focusing on the right or the wrong thing, because larger arrow is stuck in my head. This is a pretty large arrow, not gonna lie. Right, let's get a thick pen. I don't like that. It's not D. We know it's not D. Unless it's the way light reflects off the mirrors. So if light went up that way, it could bounce off here. You get me? So now I'm thinking it's this one, chat. This one, right here. This one. That's what I'm thinking.
I think I've got this one.
So I think if
can't let
you
puzzle
get it
intimidate
wrong
me.
as Emmy, she does like the puzzle shifting. We did well, we did well. That's right, I'm very impressed, Emmy. Why, thank you. So does that mean I've proved myself as your assistant now? Absolutely, I've never doubted your ability before, but you still managed to surprise me. Weird how it did the tiles for the wrong. Weird how it did the tiles for the wrong, but the regular pose for the right one. Yeah. Like, I'd prefer it if at a certain puzzle it would do the tiles for correct and wrong, so you still don't know whether you got it right or wrong. If you get what I mean. And then obviously the poses as right and wrong on the puzzle don't have like a mix. Have set ones. Let's see if he's got anything else to say. Luke's room is upstairs. Good luck, you're gonna need it. Wait, have you got anything else? Poor Luke has been holding himself up in his room for weeks now. He doesn't even come out to eat. Is it the sort of behaviour typical for Luke? Oh no, not at all. He's usually quite bright and happy. He's such a good boy. If you ask me, the poor dear needs his mother. She's been away ever so long. That's hard on a child. He talks all grown up for his age, but he's only little really. Where is Luke's room? Upstairs and down the hall. Good luck getting in there. Thank you. If he hasn't eaten in weeks, are we sure he's alive in there? I thought, but I haven't watched this one in a while, that this one used the tiles or poses for each puzzle, not half and half. It's a bit odd. We shall see how it progresses. I think it's meant to be down the hall. But we'll have a look in here. This doesn't seem to be Luke's room. Ah, this is no doubt Clark's study. Clark seems to be quite the tidy sort. He always was very organised as a student. I could have learned a thing or two from him. He might be sneaking into the kitchen at night, yeah. Very much so. Who doesn't love a midnight snack? Who doesn't love a midnight snack?
Maybe he's sleeping.
And Donald is like, where'd all the cheese go? Oh, I'm not sure I could survive on just cheese. I don't like cheese, like a lot of cheese to start off with, but imagine weeks just living off like cheese and bread.
Perhaps. Luke? My name is Herschel Layton. I'm a friend of your father's. Could we talk for a moment?
All right, but first you'll have to solve my door puzzle.
Your door puzzle? Ah, I see. Luke means to test our metal with a puzzle.
That's so cute, Professor. Let's do it.
So we shall.
If you really are the esteemed Herschel Layton, then this puzzle should be no problem for you. But you'll have 15 seconds. In that time, there's a certain thing you must do outside the door. Hang on a minute. How do we know that it is we're supposed to do? It is what we're supposed to do. You can investigate the area outside my door as much as you like. When we're ready to perform this action, whatever it may be, we shall tell you that we're ready. Imagine Luke just goes, no, fuck off. Ah, yeah, imagine. Layton and Emmy would just have to, like, back out and leave. You'd never see Luke again. Correct, but I'll tell you now, whatever you do, you won't succeed. Examine the area thoroughly by touching objects with the stylus. When you think you know what to do, cool, Luke. The card is slightly faded, but it says Happy 7th birthday. I wonder what I got at that age. That must have been one of Luke's birthday presents. Ah, this little bear is so soft and is so obviously well loved. Don't touch my teddy! It seems to be rather important to him, Emmy. Maybe we should leave it alone. I was just looking at it. Sorry, Luke. Luke, can I ask you a question? You just did. What is it? You're so sassy. You said we must do something in front of the door, but how will you know if we do it or not? I mean, how can you tell from behind a closed door? Even without seeing you, I know what you're doing from here. Really? And how is that? I'm not saying any more. You'll just have to work it out from here. He'll know, even if he can't see us. What can it be he wants us to do? I reckon it's like knocking so a certain number of times. From just analysing the two things so far, maybe knocking 7 times. You just did. Me fucking too. Yeah, it's something I would say. Is this a picture of Mist Hallory? It appears so. The town looks quite magical when it's enveloped in mist. Professor, wait. Do you think this picture contains a hidden hint for opening the door? Let me have a closer look. I can't see anything here. This plate looks handmade. The number 2 is attached to it. Oh, there is something written on the back of it. Put the plate back so that the back of its... Wait. Put the plate back so that the back of its back is facing the door. Professor, I think my brain just melted. It's not that difficult if you take your time. Be sure to also examine anything on the floor. Not that it matters. There is nothing you can do that will get you through this door. Alright, we're going to have to go back to that. It appears that Dolan has left Luke's lunch outside his door. Hey look, if you don't come out and get your lunch, it'll get cold. And I just may end up eating it all myself. If you're really that hungry, you can have it. Well, that didn't work. The door is locked. So, what is this thing that we're supposed to do? Professor, we're overlooking the simplest way to get this door open. What's that? Give it a good roundhouse kick, of course. Okay, stand back, Professor. Emmy, please don't do that. I could hardly explain to Clark that we broke down his son's door because we couldn't solve a puzzle. Imagine. Alright. Oh, come on, Luke. We know you're a gourmet, can't you? Smell the fresh gravy? Come on. Come on. Alright, put the plates back. Put the plate back so that the back of its back's back is facing the door. Alright, so it's got a front and a back. Its back's... the back of its back's back. Ah. So what? It's flipped over? The front's facing outwards. You have a thought, but it feels slightly out there. So, before we get hints from chat, let's sum up what we've got. We've got food, I don't think that's relevant. We've got a picture, I don't think is relevant. We've got this, that then is explained the second time we touched it, that says that it just needs to face forward. Which, if we just think about that, it could mean just do nothing. I think this teddy bear might be throwing you off with saying it's 7th birthday, which is a number. So I'm going to go with do nothing for 15 seconds. Freya, what's your thoughts that you think is slightly out there? And if anyone in chat has an idea, post it. Because I've already said that I think it's do nothing. I feel everything's just misdirecting you to what you've got to do. That's what you thought? Yeah, that is a big question, Friday. Why would you leave what we'd assume is a precious teddy that's well looked after and well loved out there? He will know whether you do nothing or you do something. We're ready, Luke. You know what you have to do? I believe so, yes. Professor, are you sure about this? Then let's begin. Please stand in front of the door. Remember, whatever you do, you won't succeed. So if we knock on the door or touch anything, he'll know, he'll hear it. But if we don't do anything, he'll also know. It's why he gave us such a short time as well. Puzzle solved! Amazing! You worked it out! Whatever you do, you won't succeed. In other words, do nothing and you will succeed. Nothing was the thing we had to do to solve this riddle. An interesting puzzle, Luke. I see. So even from inside his room, he would be able to hear if we were doing anything significant. Now, Luke, are you convinced that we are who we say we are? Congratulations to chat if you had do nothing as your answer. You win. Nothing. I hope you enjoy it. Will you open the door now? Yes, as promised. Bring on Luke. Bring on Luke. Look how young he is. He looks angry. Oh.
A clever puzzle, Luke.
He did not look impressed. Look at him.
Your letter. I thought you might want it back.
Professor, you think Luke wrote the letter?
Clark was never a fan of typed correspondence. He always wrote his letters out in longhand. Moreover, only someone very close to Clark would know about our past together. This someone would know I could never ignore a friend in need.
Are you really Professor Layton?
Is this true, Luke? How
We
could you
called
do
it.
something like this?
We
What
called
were you
it
thinking? Were you even thinking at all?
Luke's the Spectre. Plot twist.
Here now. Don't you turn your back on me again.
Clark, please.
Forgive me. The boy has barely spoken to me in the last 6 months. He's been so withdrawn since the appearance of the Spectre, I don't know what else.
Very soon, the world will end.
I mean, you're not doing anything, Clark. Maybe he felt he had no choice. Yeah, I get that. Like, if you feel that someone in a higher position is not doing what they should do, people will act and rise up and get stuff done. The world will end. What do you mean by that? Luke, you can't just say something like that and then clam up. He wasn't always like this, but lately he doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone. When he does speak, it's only to say something incomprehensible.
Riders of Rohan!
The oaths you have taken!
Now, fulfill them all! To Lord and land! Yeah!
Welcome to the MC crib. Welcome to the world. You get it. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. I know you were streaming this. Frey, can we get a shout out if possible? I just want to have a quick warning to anyone coming from your stream. This is a blind stream. The blind playthrough of this game. So I'd rather only talk about what's happened up to the point where we're at. We've only just met Luke. But I hope you're doing okay. How are you? How's everyone? How are you, Roso? Rose of Arc 12. I'm trying to make sure I get the names right. You're also playing Fall Guys. Did you switch over from Layton then? Another Professor Layton streamer. Yes. Yes. I casually stream the Layton games. We've only just started this one. I also speedrun the first 3. So you'll mostly see the casual runs. Speedruns are done partially on stream and partially off stream. Oh, so you just finished. Nice. Nice. I hope you enjoyed the game. With all the Professor Layton games, I really enjoy them. And I can't fault them. I know that all the endings normally have some feels to them, so... But yeah, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Settle down, because it's puzzling time still. And thank you for that raid. Thank you. It's always good to help out Professor Layton streamers, whether it's their main game or just a game they're going through. Alright, when he does speak, it's only to say something incomprehensible. As he did just now. These so-called prophecies are just ridiculous. Prophecies? It's probably my fault. Clark, what are you talking about? I'm sorry. I've urgent business I must attend to. We can discuss this later. Luke? Layton is a dear friend, as I've told you before. Would you look after him for me for a while? Yeah, it was a nice nostalgia bit. What does everyone think of the last Spectre so far? Myself and We Were Like Gods, Freya, we both called out that the letter came from Luke quite early on, and we just found out it did, so that was great. I've got quite like Curious Village vibes when he came into the village, because it was like a town, and then there's like that mysterious, I'd say manor at the top, but in like Curious Village it was a tower. So it's got that sort of element to it. But I'm loving this different style of puzzles as well. I just wanted to get to the point where Luke was in it, because we love Luke. Well then, I shall see you later, Herschel, and thank you. Yeah, we haven't really got into the nitty-gritty part of like puzzle after puzzle, so it's basically like the story setting so far. Luke being sass is your favourite thing, yeah. Luke is very sassy at the moment. Master Luke, I'm afraid it is time for you to go to bed. What? Now? We've hardly had time to talk yet, and it's still light outside. Be that as it may, it is the child's bedtime. Just a moment, if I may, Donald. Not Donald, Doland. I'd like to ask Luke one more thing. Luke, though the town has been attacked several times by the Spectre, nobody has been injured. Apparently, there is someone who foretells the appearance of the Spectre. This so-called oracle warns the townspeople to evacuate certain areas. Luke, I believe that you are this oracle. Am I correct? What? Absurd. Luke, I'm going to ask you a very important question, and I need you to answer me truthfully. When will the Spectre appear next? Master Luke will not stand for such ridiculous games. Please leave it at what? It's tonight. The Spectre will appear again tonight. But how do you... Tonight? If you like, I can even show you where it will appear next. I would very much appreciate that, Luke. Master Luke, this joke is in poor taste. Please don't tell my father, Doland. Master Luke, I... Have you told them, Doland? The townspeople? Have you told them about the Spectre this time? Yes, I have spread the word. I shall do a final tour of the area to make sure everyone has gone. So Luke is also the Oracle. Interesting. It's as familiar as the others, in all honesty, not as that it is a bad thing. Familiar, but you're also wondering what new twist will come next, you know? Yeah. See, I've not actually played this one at all, so from all the casual playthroughs from now on, it's fully blind to me, like, but the first three...
Soon, Master Elf, you will enjoy the fabled hospitality of the dwarves. Roaring fires, malt beer, red meat off the bone. This, my friend, is the home of my cousin Balin.
And they call it a mine. A mine! Thank you for that follow, Rose of Ark. If you're okay for me to call you Rose, if you want me to call you something else, let me know, and I'll try and remember. I'm very bad with names. But yeah. Well, I say familiar because, as you've seen from the first three games, they like to do similar things. Yeah, they've very much got a very consistent way of setting the story, plot twists, and sort of the finale of everything. The third game, obviously Lost Future, was the most twist-turning sort of game, but they all have the same sort of pattern. Right, but, well, where will the Spectre appear tonight then? On Great Eli Street. I don't know. Then we must set off for that area immediately. Even if we can't stop the Spectre, we have to see if Luke is right. Good luck. So have we just kidnapped Luke? Luke's prophecy. Alright. You can just call me Rose. I will do, Rose. Thank you. Doland, please don't tell my father that I'm going out. Very well, Master Luke. Mist Hallory can be dangerous at night, even for those familiar with its streets. Please be careful. Thank you, Doland. I will. Professor Layton? Luke seems set on accompanying you. I trust you will look after him. Didn't know Luke was magical. I didn't either, so I reckon after the end of this, at the end of this game, maybe, he loses, like, his prophecy ability. But that could explain why he can talk and communicate with animals so well. Does she have anything? Oh, she does. Well now, Luke, I'm surprised your father is letting you run off at this time of night. Oh, I see. Don't you worry, dearie. This old maid's eyesight isn't what it used to be. I didn't see a thing. Oh, Professor Layton, I hate to bother a guest to the house, but could you look at this for me? Why, of course. What is it? Doland, that's the butler. Mind left me this note, but I can't make out head nor tail of it. A note? Please allow me. I mean, we do know there's something about him that's different from the original series, yeah. There's always been something different where he's been able to communicate with animals. He's very gifted and intelligent for such a young child as well. So, the butler left a note with instructions, but he scribbled it out in a hurry, making it a little hard to understand. Don't forget curtain 13. Which set of curtains could he be referring to here? The ones labelled A, B, C, and D. 13. Um... 13. Don't forget curtains 13, guys. For those just came over in the raid, I like to get chat's interaction, but first I like to have a go at the puzzle myself, or explain what I think first, and tell you what I would answer first, and then get your input. So if you do have an idea, maybe you know the answer, maybe you have a theory, if you can just hold off until I've had that first attempt, and then you can go wild. Alright. I don't think it's going to be a matter of counting tiles. I think that's too elaborate. Look, that could be a 3 and a 1. It's a big push to be a 3 and a 1. I don't know. Don't forget curtain 13. What could it mean? These two are very, very similar. The colour's different and the pattern's different. See, my guess would be D. So I'm going to select D, but if you have a theory, if you have an idea, you see it? Am I wrong?
To be
yes,
sure.
I'm wrong.
What could have gone wrong here?
Well, I didn't read that hint. Alright, so we've now got a third of a chance anyway. What do you see, Freya? What do you see? Tell me what you see. So, we know it's not this one. See, I'm thinking back to the last Layton game, which was The Lost Future, and how a lot of the puzzles you had to rotate things around to then read them. Push 1 and 3. Push 1 and 3 close together. Kind of looks like a letter. So 1 and 3. So it's not. Don't forget curtain 13. It's not 13. Freya's saying curtain B. So I'm assuming that you're going with B here.
Some puzzles must be met directly. No puzzle is without an answer.
No puzzle is without an answer. And we got that answer from Freya. Yes! So it's meant to be a B there. Fantastic. So that's what he wanted. Thank you kindly, Professor. Doland hates explaining things twice. I'm glad to be of service. Just between us, this isn't the first time Dolan's handwriting has been hard to read either. Used to have lovely penmanship, he did, all neat and tidy, but ever since Mr. Tritton became mayor, he's been brushed off his feet. Still, if he can't write things right, I can't read them right. See? Sometimes I wish he would just do things the way he used to. Let's escape. Now then, Luke, where are we heading? As I said before, the Spectre will appear tonight at Great Eli Street, in the North Eli District. Ah, that's where the little boy was from, the one we met earlier, whose family had evacuated. It seems that Doland has given them my warning then. Luke, what's the fastest way to North Eli? Once we pass the boat landing, there's a crossroads. Was it crossroads? From there, we go north to get to North Eli. Sometimes I skip text a bit too quickly. Wasn't there a policeman blocking off that road? The police have been helping with the evacuation, I think. We passed by a house earlier that had been destroyed by the Spectre. Do you know anything about that, Luke? Luke looks 5. I'm not sure what age he's actually meant to be. Let's have a look. Spectre's cool. Because I'm actually quite intrigued. Google, please. Luke's age. Luke's meant to be 7. He's at least 7, yeah. Google is telling me 7. Remember the teddy bear? Oh, yeah. It was for his 7th birthday, so that makes sense. Google is telling me he's exactly 7. So... Brock's house, you mean? It was attacked only recently. No one was hurt, but the house was completely torn apart. He does look really young, though. I give you that, Freya. So that was the Spectre's handiwork, then. That's horrifying. I really hope we can do something to help the people of Mist Hallory, Professor. I'm sure we'll find something useful in North Eli, but first, I'd like to see some of the damaged buildings. Has the Spectre attacked many areas in the town? There must be traces of its passage. Quite a few, yes. Then let's start by going back to Brock's house. They probably wanted to make sure we could tell this was a prequel or something. Yeah. Like if you didn't realise the sorry, if you didn't realise the timeline of the Layton games, you would be really confused of why Luke looks like he is. But we know this is the prequel. This is 3 games before Curious Village. So I would like to be certain that we didn't miss anything earlier. Does he have anything to say to us? Hey, Luke, my boy. Good to see you again. Some fresh air, kid. Oh, hello, Bucky. Sorry. Growing boys, you know, need to get out of the house and play. You trust old Bucky here? You'll have a lot of fun playing outside with this. Oh, thank you, Bucky. The toy train minigame has been added to the trunk, so... The first minigame. But I'm not going to read all that. Maybe it'll get you in the mood for travelling. Come on a boat ride and buckle cast off those blues. Or at least I'd like to cast off. Right now my boat is docked for maintenance. Be sure to come back later though. We'll be back up and floating soon. We are checking out the... Lay down tracks that will take the train through every station and then the gold on the red tile. Start placing tracks from the blue tile. Bear in mind that there's a limit to how many you can place. Pay attention to the fuel gauge on the right. The train uses 1 unit of fuel per every space it moves. In order to continue placing tracks, you must have sufficient fuel. Crossing over tracks you previously placed will create a railway crossing. Each station must be passed in a certain direction. Some require you to place tracks horizontally, others need vertical tracks. Sometimes you can't find fuel on the course. This will add some fuel to your gauge. Avoid any mountains, houses, or trees. Look out for cars and other trains too. Each starting panel has marked with a number of cars that the train will be composed of. I can speak, chat, I promise you. Place tracks carefully and watch your timing to avoid collisions with other moving vehicles. You may have to direct 2 trains at once. Both trains will share the same fuel gauge, so be careful. Touch clear to remove, yep. Touch go, I get that. Let's have a look at the first one. So we start here. That's not a... Wait, is that a station? I think that's a station. No, it's just a house. Is that a station or a house, guys? I don't know. Oh, it's a station. Ah, we need to stop. That is a station, guys. Alright, so I'm thinking... Oh, no, 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 no. Maybe go... This tree. Can someone get this tree out of the way? Run the train through the house. Alright, Fred, just for you. We'll see what happens. It looks like the Military Express. Not gonna lie, it just stops. You won't be able to do it. You won't be able to crash into the house. I know, right? That should work. We got a crossing. This just reminds me of Pandora's Box, this train. So, through this casual playthrough, we will do all the mini games. Sometimes we'll do them as they come through, sometimes we'll do them when I'm like starting to end stream. Is this person still here? Thanks again for your help. Oh, is that you, Luke? Hello, Mrs. Jasmine. I've been rather worried about you, young man. I haven't seen you around much lately. Mrs. Jasmine, have you been evacuated from North Eli? Yes, unfortunately so. They said it wasn't safe. You stay away too, alright, Luke? Ah. Oh, don't you believe the warnings about the Spectre? Well, Oh, Luke, whatever you do, just be careful, won't you? What would your mother say if I let anything happen to you? I'll be careful, Mrs. Jasmine, I promise. Wait, yous! This area's been closed off. Can't let you through here. Ah, well, let's try looking elsewhere for now. Alright, we need to go back. The Spectre's totally crushed my house. And now he's flat all the... Now me flat's all flats. He is a bit loopy, this guy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry about your hurt. You were lucky not to get hurt. Nothing to do with luck. It was the Oracle that told the police about the Spectre. He's definitely high on something. The mayor and the police evacuated us out of the area, sure. But what now? I think I let the Spectre's insurance lapse. All you can do in a situation like this is laugh. Laughing at a time like this makes the rest of us feel rather sad. Let's leave him be. He needs some time to deal with this. Luke, do you know of any other places that were hit by the Spectre? Let's see. This is the house that's under repair to the east of the crossroads. Then let's head there, Luke. Please lead the way. All right. Wait, what was added? Brock. Oh, this is terrible. Just terrible. Brock, your house is completely smashed up. Brock? I don't know what to say, but will you be alright? I'm sure if all the neighbours all pitch in, we can have your house rebuilt in no time. You'll see. No. What? No thanks. I actually like the way my walls and ceilings have blasted apart. I feel like I'm the only one with nature again, like... When I can't sleep at night, the sound of the wind will be my lullaby. What a house. I don't know if you've gone mad or you're just looking on the bright side, but at least you're smiling. I won't have to go and sit on a calf terrace anymore. I've got the one right here at home. He is definitely so loopy. I wonder if we're gonna find Pavel in this game. He's like the wandering, lost explorer. Sadly, the library seems to be closed off for the day. Pavel, exactly. Like, in the first 3 games, Pavel and Statchen, I think were the... Oh, and Granny Riddleton were like the 3 main characters that were in every game somehow. You just think of the boy in the striped pajamas. Yeah, I get that. But yeah, those are the 3 characters that I expect to see at some point in the game. Just randomly. But we might not see Statchen because he's technically part of the Curious Village, but, you know, it's weird. There are some houses along the canal that were damaged by the Spectre. Most of them being repaired now, though. Huh. What kind of a connection could exist between the damage and housing? Have you got a theory, Professor? No, not yet. But you must be thinking something, right? We need to gather a bit more information here. Luke, where else can we see the evidence of the Spectre's attack? Unfortunately, this is the only place that hasn't been cleaned up. Alright then, let's head to North Eli. With any luck, we'll glimpse the Spectre for ourselves. North Eli is to the north of the crossroads. I'll show you. I hope the police aren't blocking the entrance into that district. Oh, we got someone to talk to. Hello, Thomas. Why, it's little Luke Tritton. You're not with your father today. My father is at home, working. I see. You know, I wanted to ask you whether I had done something to offend your mother. She always comes by to talk over her travel plans, but this time she never said a word about leaving. I suppose she must have had some reason not to mention it. But to go off alone? She loves her family holidays. Why has she been arguing with your dad? Well... I'm sorry, Luke. Don't listen to me. I'm just an old man spouting nonsense. Your mum and dad get on better than anyone in town. Just let me know when your mother gets back. She's been gone a long time. Well, sometimes grown-ups have to go off and do their own thing for a bit. She'll be home soon. You wait. I'm getting a vibe that maybe his parents split up. I'm not too sure, though. I'm not 100% sure on this theory. Wow, the police just left. You're getting that vibe too, Freya? I've never seen you before. Tourists, are you? Yes, well, something like that. So you probably don't know what's going on. I won't go into detail, but you should leave this town. Mr. Hallory is not a safe place to be at the moment. I really wouldn't recommend sightseeing. Because of the Spectre? Don't worry, we're on top of it. What? Keep your voice down. How do you know about that? Luke's mum just went to get milk. She promised she'd be back soon. Look, she went to get a lot of milk. Alright, it's taking her a lot longer than she originally thought. The legend of Spectre is not supposed to leave our borders. We've been asked by the Mayor Tritton to investigate the affair. Really? The Mayor asked for an investigation? Huh. Perhaps he's more competent than I thought. But how good are you? If you're good enough to handle the Spectre, this riddle should be a doodle. Alright guys, sign the incline. This photograph shows 2 cyclists passing each other on a hill. But the camera was tilted so that the incline of the hill would look flat. Can you work out which way is uphill? Alright, I've got a very quick theory about this. Like, sometimes when you're going downhill on a bike, you like to lift your feet up and just enjoy the slope taking you. The bunny looks a bit scared. He looks very happy that he's going into the wind. Was this person doesn't look too happy. Maybe they're going uphill and struggling a bit. So, and maybe they're going that slow. The cat's just like, yeah, okay. So I think uphill would be A. So if we get rid of this. So uphill's that way. So A. Anyone disagree with me? If you disagree with me, you're wrong.
I did it, Professor.
But if you agreed with me, you were right. So it was mainly the feet aspect. Because when you're going uphill, I don't know about you, but I pedal. Good on you. I see you've got some potential. Very well. Good luck on your investigation. Can you tell us anything about the Spectre that could help us? Huh. Not that much. It's just bizarre that the Spectre of legend would suddenly manifest itself. And there's all these sinkholes that are appearing, not to mention fog as thick as pea soup. Imagine pedaling uphill. I just float. I don't cycle, I walk. So, but yeah, pedaling uphill. Who would have thought? So many problems in our little town these days. So, the fog mist upon the town is another one. I'm not sure what to think of all the small comments they make. We were on the bendy road. This is North Eli. You're pretty good at guiding people, Luke. Almost as good as you are at sending hidden messages. Huh? Hidden messages? Yes, like the one in the letter where you wrote "Help, SOS." What was that all about? I believe that test was intended for me. Luke was hoping to find someone that he could talk to, someone that he could trust. Sometimes it's difficult to share your troubles with those closest to you. You may find it easy to talk to someone from outside. Would that be fair to say, Luke? Judging by Luke's stunned expression, I'd say you've hit the nail on the head, Professor. Imagine that as an emote, guys. Luke, is there something you'd like to tell us? Luke went, I know. You can trust us, you know. I can't. Not yet. That's quite alright, Luke. You can tell us when the time is right. For now, we have enough to do with the Spectre. We need to find a place where we can safely observe the Spectre. There's a hotel on Great Eli Street. I think we'd be able to see the street quite well from there. Perfect. On to Great Eli Street then. We've just solved a mystery. And it's just past 10 o'clock my time. Just over the 2-hour mark, which is normally how long I go for some of my streams. I'm starting to get a bit tired. My throat's starting to hurt because Layton is a lot of talking, especially when they're not voiced. So I might start calling. I might call stream here. We've got no extra like side things to do. Yeah, Layton ends up being so much talking, and from like my other games I play, at the moment I'm doing Kingdom Hearts on Mondays. I don't really voice out too much of the lines because a lot of it is voiced already. Tomorrow I'll be doing Tales of the Borderlands. I'm not sure how much of that is voiced. I'm assuming the majority of it. Thursday and Fridays are more like community streams, so I don't voice out any of the game, it's more just chatting to friends. And yes, we will be doing a raid. I will have a quick look if anyone's playing Professor Layton. Of course, I will be avoiding the game we're on now, unless I can definitely tell you they're behind us. I won't be going to Arzan Legacy because that's ahead of us. We're the only ones streaming this game. Diabolical Box has a French and a Korean streamer, so unfortunately I don't understand either of those. And unfortunately the person playing the first game, Curious Village, is also French. And I prefer to raid someone going into it as English, so I understand and the majority of you understand. So we've got no one doing Layton. Let's have a look at who I follow and let's give you some options. There are so few Layton streams. I fully support that statement. What's worse is I think there's less of Layton like English streamers. I see a lot of French, Spanish, and sort of Korean to sort of Japanese sort of style. I think this game is very big in Japan, which I get that, and there's a lot of French and Spanish streamers that do this game, which I love the fact people are streaming it, but it takes the enjoyment out when you can't understand A, the streamer, and sometimes the actual game itself. Why Twitch is struggling just to bring up my follower list. Alright. I have a couple of people online. If you want to suggest streamers for us to raid, post them in chat. I don't mind. You should have the ability to post links in chat. If not, just put their name in and I can check them out. But from who I follow, I've got someone called Shin, who's playing Final Fantasy 14 online. We've got Leia, LM Panda, who's playing Dead by Daylight. We got a vote for Leia. I'd say they're the only sort of two, roughly, I'd go raid. George is not streaming just yet, it's a bit too early for him, I would say. If anyone else has an idea of who they might want to raid, whether it's someone new to me that you watch, then I don't mind checking them out. I don't know. I will save one more time just to double check. I think this is the first game that gives you the option to go back to the main title. If we have no one sort of suggesting streamers, we will indeed go raid our panda friend Leia. She does a lot of art. She did our friend the Skyline Superman's emotes. She's very nice. Go check her out. This is something I've not seen her do before, which is play Dead by Daylight. Fred just posted some of the emotes she's made. So if maybe you are looking for art for your stream, go check her out. But for now, we will be finishing with our Professor Layton day, our puzzle time. We didn't get many puzzles, but that's because at the start of most Layton games, puzzles are very... there's not that many because it's getting into the story. Tomorrow will be a Telltale Day with Tales of the Borderland. I haven't played that game before, so it would be blind for me again. But come and hang out and see what we pick, choice-wise. And I'll even have chat's influence as well. Thursday, I'm not sure we're playing. Friday's Fall Guys with some alcohol mixed into it, so it might be crazy. And if you have channel points, you can use them to make me do blind or crash cam. And if you have any ideas for Fall Guys challenges, let me know. Freya's going to leave on a hydrate quickly. Without further ado, thank you for coming here, for the raid, for the follow, for the bits. Thank you for that 69, Freya. I added that today for no reason. But now, thank you, and I will see you next time. Enjoy, everyone. And remember, stay amazing.